like Samsung is going for when it made the Galaxy S6 official back in the beginning of the year. Untrue to itself, instead of garnering the existing feature set of its flagship Galaxy S line with a few new perks, with the S6 Samsung chose to go the other way around. The ultra-utilitarian approach in software was dropped, and the company proved that it, too, can do hardware design. If anything, the Galaxy S6 is more alike Apple's iPhone than ever before, and we tend to like this new direction. Speaking of Apple, its iPhone 6s may sound like your typical S-cycle evolutionary upgrade, but this time around Cupertino truly intrigued us. Novel 3D touch tech, significantly improved processing and graphics crunching capabilities, more RAM, and even a higher resolution camera. Even battery life received a much-needed boost. So, what we have here are two remarkable, heavy-hitting smartphones. Let's throw them into the steel cage and enjoy the show. Samsung finally did it. For the first time, we actually have to sit down and make up our mind as to whether we like the Galaxy S flagship more than an iPhone. It's close, but we still prefer Apple's creation a little more. True to tradition, the iPhone 6s is a near replica of its predecessor, the iPhone 6, just slightly thicker and heavier due to 3D touch. So we've still got that distinctive, metal unibody, this time made out of stronger, 7000 series aluminum, with the distinctive antenna strips on the back adding some character to the plate. As mentioned, this time around Samsung went for a similarly industrial feel for the Galaxy S6, with a blend of glass on metal, and the resulting body a hair slimmer than the iPhone 6s 0.27 inches versus 0.28 inches. Both devices have their power keys located on the upper right side of their respective frames, and volume keys on the upper left. Above the latter, the iPhone 6s also features a mute switch. Similarities don't end there. Both devices have their physical home keys on the bottom front bezel doubling up as fingerprint scanners of the touch type. Both have their camera lenses protruding on the back, and neither of the two features a removable battery door. They're very different devices, sure, but these similarities are striking nevertheless. Of course, one way in which they're still different is their physical size. At 5.44 x 2.64 inches, the iPhone 6s is easier to handle than the 5.65 x 2.78 inch body of the Galaxy S6. That said, Samsung has managed a more impressive screen-to-body ratio of approximately 70.48%, while the iPhone 6s sits at about 65.71%. When it comes to iPhones, so far we've always been able to count on Apple to be sensible. So while competing Android makers were rushing to deliver hungry Quad HD displays, some with overblown color reproduction, the company decided to stick with what it thought right, a very good pixel density and generally correct color profiles, with the added benefit of improved system and battery performance. This is still the case with the iPhone 6s, with its unapologetic 750p screen, good for a density of 326 pixels. That's quite sufficient in our book, and we consider this a more logical trade-off in comparison with a Quad HD display, but worse performance and battery life. However, we do see Apple eventually going up to something like 1080p, though this doesn't seem very likely to happen in the next couple of generations. Turning to Samsung, the decision to go for a 5.1-inch Quad HD panel is unsurprising, but still coming off as an overkill with that 500